Hey everybody, YSOWOOK here. In this quick video, we're going to take a look at a dev letter that's just dropped, confirming that bots are coming to Pubg console in update 7.1. What this is going to mean, how they've programmed them to not be so dumb and play more like players, and all that. So let's jump straight in. So, in the little introduction, they basically just say that as time's gone on, more committed players have got better and better and have fine-tuning the skills, and newer players who are getting into the game basically can't get started, and they're just finishing multiple games, game after game, not only not getting a kill, but not even getting damage because the skill gaps are so massive. I actually did a video about this myself a couple of weeks ago, so I'll put a link to that at the top. It'll appear any second now, and you can check that one out, as well as other ideas that I had, which hopefully they might implement in the future. But let's jump in. So the first thing that they was talking about was movement. So in a normal match, players traverse all kinds of different terrains, and the bots are going to do the same thing. Now, to ensure that bots don't throw themselves off a cliff or drown themselves or anything stupid like that, they've created like a mesh boundary. So if a bot's coming close to the edge of the cliff, then they're not just going to keep running, they're going to navigate around it, which will try and reduce bots just throwing themselves off, which would be funny, but again, it could negatively impact the game there. So that's the system that they've done there. Shooting, again, it goes over PUBG players fight over varying different ranges, whether it's clearing a building, whether it's getting that 500 meter Kar 98 shot that is so satisfying, as we all know. And bots are going to do the same. So they're going to engage in close range firefights with the submachine guns, and they're also going to engage at long range fights as well. Now, what they've basically said is the way that they program the bots, they have to calculate trajectory and bullet drop just like a player would. So they're not just going to lazy at a range, which would be annoying. But like they said, of course, a computer would be still better at calculating the bullet trajectory. So they've put systems in that the bots accuracy will differ based on range. So the further away the bot gets, the less accurate they will be. But it also means that you can use the same dodging techniques that you would against a player to dodge the shots. The unpredictability element of it is still going to come into play, which sounds good. And then finally, looting. So basically they've done a massive job lot of analysis on at what stage in the game what loot players have. So at the beginning of the game, you're picking up basically whatever you can because you're not necessarily sure what your loadout's going to be. So you're picking up various different attachments and stuff like that. And then once you get your weapons set down, you're getting the ammo and the meds and the nades and stuff. So bots are going to do the same. So if you kill a bot early doors, they might have an ump, but they might have an extended assault rifle mag as well. Because they're not sure what the weapons are going to be taken yet, which, is how a player would do it as well. Also, later on in the game, where people have had the weapons, they know what weapons they got, they're fully dead, you'll probably find that the bots are carrying more meds, more grenades, smoke grenades, healing items, and stuff like that. And again, it says that in the earlier quarters of the battle, they'll be using SMGs because it's much more close, you're clearing your immediate threats. And then later on in the game, you're using sniper rifles and DMRs to try and get those range kills. And then it kind of reverses on itself again as the ring gets smaller and smaller. So, as you know, as PUBG, it starts off close range, then it's a bit further range, and then it goes close again. And the bots are going to be, participating in that as well. And then finally, it just says this is the first iteration of bots. Obviously, they've done a lot of testing on this, but they're going to fine-tune this as it goes along through community feedback. So once this hits next week, if you're seeing any ridiculous things happen with the bots, which you may well do on occasion, try and make sure you feed it back either on PUBG forums or even commenting on the Facebook groups and YouTube videos. The PUBG guys do take notice of this kind of stuff, and then that way they'll be able to fine-tune them and improve the experience for everybody. And hopefully this does have a positive effect for new players so that they can get into the game and it helps the community grow. Because like I said in my other video, I've had multiple friends try PUBG over this last year, and they've just ended up binning it because they play a game and it's not so bad in duos or squads because there's someone there to guide them, but in solos and that, as soon as they come across a guy, they're dead sometimes before they even shoot the weapon. So hopefully, if the bots are in the game, you know, maybe the first 5 players they come across, first couple of players they come across in a match is a bot. You know, there's a bit of a back and forth, and then they learn something, and then when they come in further into the match, and perhaps they come across a real player, then it's just going to mean that they actually learn something each match instead of just dying and never learning anything. And that's it. So that's the quick update. Another thing coming to update 7.1 for us console players. Hope you enjoyed the video and found the information useful. If you did, consider liking and subscribing to see more. Wookie out.